The following is a production of Learfield Sports.
To say the least, it was a defensive type of struggle on Saturday at Camp Randall Stadium. Just one touchdown all day. Iowa was just a little bit better, defeating Wisconsin 10-6 in the conference opener for both teams. We'll hear from some of the Badgers, including linebacker Joe Schubert, who had a spectacular day. 3 sacks, 5 quarterback hurries, and 2 forced fumbles, one of which he recovered for Wisconsin. Our senior salute this week will focus on defensive lineman Jake Keefer. We'll give you some of the sights and sounds around Camp Randall Stadium on a Badger football Saturday, and we'll check in, as always, with head coach Paul Chryst. All coming up on today's edition of the Badger Sports Report. Running back. Beathard drops the throw, looking, pocket closes, under pressure, ball's knocked out, and it's recovered by Wisconsin, I think. Big pile, inside the 30, and it's Joe Schubert coming out of there for the Badgers.
Yeah, afterwards I thought about it. Maybe I should have just picked it up and ran it back because nobody seemed to know where the ball was, but it kind of scooted out in between somebody's legs, and I just jumped on it and got out there as fast as I could so nobody else would jump on me. And I turned around, I dropped the ball, I turned around, and they're all like still searching in the pile. So I picked it up and gave it to the ref. I'm like, yeah, we have it.
I mean, that's just what I expected. Joe's a type of player who can do that in a given week. So give credit to Joe. He's a phenomenal player for us. Maybe we expect those things from him.
3:03 to play. Snap to Beathard. Back to throw. Backside pressure. And he's sacked again. And it's Joe Schubert again. Looking under pressure, and down he goes. Back to throw. 4-man rush. Left side pass. Erickson wide open. At the 50. Left side 40. And it's intercepted. Michael Caputo across the 30. Goodbye. Touchdown. Corey Clement.
Paul Chryst is our new head football coach at the University of Wisconsin.
Brought down by Vince Beagle. That's a sack.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
At Quick Trip, we hit the road early. We've got a lot of ground to cover to make sure you've got fresh bread from our bakery, the freshest milk and ice cream from our dairy, fresh produce. We make this trek every day to make sure your day is everything it should be.
For limited time, Quickery White Bread, 2 loaves for $1, or specialty bread for only 99 cents each, right here at your neighborhood Quick Trip store.
This is what we do, and we'll do it again tomorrow.
Whether you're out there training for a big event or you're just trying to stay in shape, I have a bit of advice. It's important to remember that what happens after the workout is just as important as what happens during the workout. My advice? Be sure to refuel with low-fat chocolate milk. It has the perfect mixture of protein, carbs, and electrolytes to help you refuel, rehydrate, and build muscle. In Wisconsin, athletes win with low-fat chocolate milk. And you can too. To learn more, visit winwithchocolatemilk.com.
FanDuel has definitely changed my Sundays. It's made it a lot more interesting.
FanDuel's one-week fantasy football leagues are paying $75 million a week with immediate cash payouts and no commitment.
I've deposited a total of $35 on FanDuel and won over $2 million.
Just choose a league, pick your team, and get your cash winnings after Monday night.
It's like the best adrenaline rush ever.
Try FanDuel today. We'll match your first deposit up to $200. Go to FanDuel.com and enter promo code TAILBACK1.
3 receivers left, 1 on the right.
Beathard from the shotgun. Back to throw. Badgers bringing 4, and getting to the quarterback is Joe Schubert at the 35-yard line of Iowa.
Well, I guess you could say it was a throwback kind of game, 10-6, the kind of game that you used to see a lot in the Big Ten. Some great defense, just a handful of plays in the game, and you certainly credit Iowa for making a couple of more. Paul, you have lived these kind of games, and you've been a part of coaching a lot of real close games. Was it the type of game, did you think that it would be this hard for both teams to score, the kind of defensive effort for both teams here today?
You're never quite sure going into it. I certainly had a lot of respect for how Iowa's defense was playing, and I thought that we were capable of having a good showing. And it was. I mean, there was some plays made that were unbelievable, and I think the efforts. Our defense gave us a chance to be in the game and to win the game at the end, and told the team afterwards we just didn't make it. As a team, we didn't make enough plays to win the game. They did, but it was an interesting game that way because struggling on offense, special teams really kind of a push, nothing either way, and yet I felt our defense, and there were some standout performances. I thought obviously Joe Schubert played well, but they gave us a chance on it, and yet it is a team game, and bottom line is we couldn't overcome the 4 turnovers and didn't make enough plays to win it. You mentioned Joe Schubert. I always think back with him of the bowl game last year, the defensive series against Auburn, where it was a clinic. 3 plays, he just dominated. This was just a longer stretch of it, right? The 2 forced fumbles, one of which he recovers, the other unlucky bounce. Otherwise you get it back, but that was a day-long clinic, it seemed like he put on. And really it reminded me of when I was here and JJ was here, and that they're not just those plays, that stat line. They were in big moments, and that is, to me, a sign of a great player. And the way that he goes about his day-to-day, and Shobes would be the first to say that there's not one guy on defense. For him to have success, there's other guys doing it. But how he played, and I thought defensively how they just kept playing and with their backs to the wall, and there was kind of a fun energy about it, and hopefully we can build on those things, certainly clean up the areas that we need to clean up, and on offense and special teams a little bit, and grow from this one. You always talk about keep playing. The offense, we know it didn't get into the end zone, but you have a lot of young guys. You have a lot of inexperienced guys. It got even more so today when Erickson had to leave the game because of an injury. Do you build on that? You try to change a couple things, correct mistakes, but did they keep their head up throughout the course of the game? I thought they got tested, and that's part of the growth. You got to feel that. It doesn't always go your way, and you've got to learn to keep playing. And it's easy to say, hard to do, about focusing on the next play. That was today's game captain, was Tim Crumry. And that was the one thing that he talked about, was just the importance of playing the next play. And it's really a simple message, but hard to do when emotions get involved, whether it's good emotions, frustrated emotions, whatever that may be. But those are the lessons that we can learn. I think some guys have it, and other guys need to learn that, and that's how you grow. Boy, a guy like Crumry, he will play with all great emotion, great passion, everything. That's important to you, and we've talked about that with other coaches here. When you can get the guys who've been there, done that, and then they come back and show, and these guys, the current guys, know how invested if it's Tim Crumry or whoever, that's a big deal for you, for those guys to come back. It is a big deal. Anytime you can tie in, because the program is bigger than one person, it's bigger than one era, and anytime you can tie that in. And what energized me about that was, I was sitting right next to Vince Beagle when he was talking, and when it resonates, so you've got the different generations, and when they become one, and the message is the same, said differently, but it's taking advantage of the opportunities that you have, enjoy them, learn from them, and you can see the passion and the pride in the program. Our guys have it, and that's what I appreciate from this group. It's a fun group to be around. It didn't go the way we wanted, but you know what? They're going to come back, and we'll have a good week of preparation against Nebraska. I told them after the game, it's probably not a bad time to get on the road, and it's just us, and we got to regroup, got to tighten it up a little bit, and look forward to playing another game.
Each team carves its own identity, but last year's group lost the first Big Ten game. It's happened before, 2010. It happened. Do you draw on that when you talk to the guys, or do you just let them form their own identity, make their own story?
I think it's a little bit, yeah, it is both. Yeah. You know, this group will have at the end of the year, there'll be a story. And there's chapters that are completed, they're done. And there's chapters that are not written yet. And yet that's the first thing that shows. First guy that I talked to in the locker room, he came up to me and said, Coach, same thing happened to us last year. So I think you do try to draw on that, and they know that. And the guys that have played in it, and there's areas that I think you look at it offensively, defensively, even special teams, where can we get better? And we got another test, another opportunity, another challenge against Nebraska.
All right, that'll be a 2:30 kickoff Central Time down in Lincoln, a high-powered Nebraska offense, the Badgers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 2:30 next Saturday. Coach returns in a few minutes with a great day and great question of the week as we roll on with the Badger Sports Report.
Last year, we started the season, or the Big Ten season, off the same way with a frustrating loss, and that everything, if we are able to build on it and learn from it and improve week in, going forward, everything that we want is still out there. It was one of those funny games. Football's an oblong shape, doesn't bounce the way you want it every time. I thought they got a lot of bounces today, but they played a great game too on both sides of the ball, did what they needed to do to win. But yeah, football's a team effort, and at the end of the game, nobody did enough.
This is a situation that we've been in now 3 of my 4 years that I've been playing, so it's not, you know, an uncommon feeling, I guess, for us. We just know that, you know, now we really got to make sure that we're executing. Now we're, you know, under the gun a little bit more, but, you know, that's the way the game goes. So, you know, I know it's a tough conference. I know Iowa's going to have their, you know, their work cut out for them for the rest of the year, as are we. So, you know, we just got to make sure that we just focus on ourselves and continue to execute.
I never had any doubt. You know, the defense, our defense is playing lights out. They were doing their job, you know, and so, like I said, as an offensive unit, we got to take credit for this one and see where we went wrong and fix it. You know, we had plenty of opportunities.
The offense, you know, we got to punch it in. So, you know, at the end of the day, those guys came out and, you know, they played their butts off on defense. But, you know, as a team, we just got to continue to finish and make more plays at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, the scoreboard, I mean, we're just out there to play our defense. Offense, you know, we believe in our offense. At the end of the day, it's a team win or a team loss. And you saw today, we had less points on the scoreboard than they did. It's a team loss. I don't care how good the defense played. I don't care how how good or bad the offensive played. We are a team, and we didn't get the job done today. There was definitely some frustration you can sense. It was just more that, you know, we let our crowd down, the state of Wisconsin down. You know, we're a team that's gonna be bouncing back, and we'll be ready against Nebraska next week.
I'm Carl Rick with Quick Trip, and my family, along with our nearly 15,000 coworkers, would like to salute the brave men and women who defend our country every day. This season, Quick Trip will match your contributions up to $50,000 to Camp Hometown Heroes, which benefits the children of our fallen military members.
That's a potential of $100,000 to support the children of those that paid the ultimate price for our freedom.
This camp provides me with an opportunity to understand that it's okay to grieve.
Visit hometownheroes.org to donate today.
On Wisconsin.
Stavi in the shotgun. Ogunbowale to the left of the quarterback. Snap to Stavi. Pressure coming. Joel looks, throws left side. Caught inside the 30-yard line. And that was Reggie Love. Out of bounds. Inside the 30, inside the 25. The mark of the 24 of Iowa.
Tell me about your tailgate. A lot of fun people here, for the most part.
For the most part?
Yeah.
We've been coming here for several years. Actually, we've been coming here about 20 years. Before the lot became part of the university, we have like 5 or 6 of our friends together here. So that's what makes it top notch. Alex Erickson's parents are next to us. My buddy Mark, my buddy Ed, Tim, Ken. We've been getting together and doing this for, like I said, quite a while.
It almost sounds like the Badger Mafia.
Oh, come on now.
Rocco, and you got anybody else? Jocko's here, so it's all good.
We're from Illinois, and actually these are my homemade recipe. They are stuffed jalapeno poppers, wrapped in bacon, one of my delicacies. On the grill, we have chicken wings with a honey sriracha sauce and raspberry chipotle sauce, both homemade.
And you've got chocolate covered pretzels.
We got chocolate covered pretzels. Like, I mean, what else could you want?
Life is good.
Exactly. So these are our chicken wings cooking right now, and these are 3 slabs of ribs that we've smoked and cooked the day before that we are cooking for the tailgate today.
My heart is big right now.
Yes, yes. And if you'd like a jalapeno,
And if I had one of those, I don't know what will happen to my heart.
Please, absolutely. Please indulge.
First, it starts over there. We built a support vehicle to haul all the stuff we use for tailgating. So we've got a fridge, a freezer. We've got a prep station for food. We've got 2 grills, a gas grill and a pizza grill. Then inside we've got a full bar, and then outside automated beer taps. So really everything we need.
But I want to back up. Your tailgate is so big, you have a support vehicle.
Just the essentials.
Just the essentials. When did you guys start doing this, and how long did it take you to gather everything and have what we have today?
We started about 12 years ago. It's been a little bit incremental every year, but we'll get off to a pretty good start. Yeah, it was more of a barstool epiphany. I was just sitting there about 2 o'clock in the morning one night and decided that I needed something to haul a few kegs in. So I called my dad, and this was his old construction truck. So he pulled it out of the field in northern Wisconsin and brought it down here, gave it to my partner John, and he built it from there.
I've been in this lot for like about 35 years. Obviously, it's changed a lot. None of these buildings were here. So we've been doing this, and it's evolved into this, where now we got TVs set up with the dish, tailgater dish over there. So we get down here about 8:30, get things set up and party. Everybody knows that, you know, this is our spot. So they know that, and they look for the flags. Got the tallest flag pole in the place right here. So yeah, they just know to come over and enjoy yourself. Everybody's welcome. It's not that, you know, if I see somebody say, yeah, come to my tailgate, and they want anything you want to drink, got mixed drinks over the table, all kinds of beer. We got Melio subs today that we bought in. We'll bring in pizza, we'll bring in things. So I think what makes it different is the people and the open invitation. The van, I put 110 miles on a year. Get the oil change every year. Last year, my wife took it in, and they said, you need new tires. I said, you're crazy. I only got 1,200 miles on them. They said, yeah, but they're 10 years old. So I had to get new tires after 1,200 miles. But that's the only time it gets used.
Game day is great, isn't it?
Game day is awesome. Awesome.
This is Andrew Seelsdorf. He plays hockey. This is leukemia. It's bad business. This is Andrew's oncology team. They love Andrew. They don't like leukemia. And thanks to them, Andrew is now cancer-free. Booyah. They are the world-renowned physicians, scientists, and nurses at the American Family Children's Hospital, pioneers in pediatric cancer care. UW Health. Remarkable.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
Here's to the tailgateaholics, the connoisseurs of cheese, the block party planners, and the unsuccessful ice fishermen. We tip our cheese-shaped hats made of foam to you, because you are true Wisconsinites. And Pick 'n Save is proud to be the place you go to save on thousands of grocery items every day. After all, we're from Wisconsin too, don't you know? Pick 'n Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast Spectrum internet, so Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together, and you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum internet. Where will it take you?
This Senior Salute is brought to you by Hyundai.
It's been surreal. You can definitely feel the clock ticking, and just gives you an incentive to put that much more work in, because you know it doesn't last forever. So it's just more incentive to really just give it everything you have. I've changed so much. Well, first of all, I've gained about 50 pounds, so that's definitely a big change. But going through multiple coaches, but the thing that stays true to Wisconsin is the people, and I think that's been fun. I made a lot of changes, but I couldn't ask for a better crew that we have right now for my senior year. A great teammate. That's what I'd like to be viewed as. A guy that'll do whatever he can, get on the field, make some plays. Hopefully I want to be known as a leader and doing whatever I can to help this team, whatever it is, whether it's in meetings, you name it. So I'm looking forward to keeping it going. I'd say some of the biggest role models would be guys like Bo Allen, playing with the Eagles right now, guys like Ethan Armstrong, he's GAing with us right now. So that's been great. Staying in contact with those guys, they had a huge impact on me and my classmates as well. So definitely trying to do what they did for younger guys that are with our program right now. So that's been pretty cool. I'd say a game that sticks out is last year against Nebraska, where Melvin broke the rushing record. He had snow. It's Camp Randall at its finest. That's a memory that will stick with me forever. And then, the little things like hanging out with the guys in the locker room, just little stuff like that is things I think I'll definitely miss, and just trying to soak it up right now. It's great to know that, you get the degree, which will hopefully open a lot of opportunities, and I'm so proud to say that I was a member of this football team, and I'll take that to the grave, and I bleed red forever, and I'm so proud to be a part of this, and definitely looking forward to the last few games.
Throw in Bucky and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Go check out your new Hyundai. I'll be with you in just a minute. On Wisconsin.
To some of us, home improvement isn't a chore. It's a privilege and a satisfying part of owning your own home. The tools and supplies you choose need to be able to deliver the same quality that you demand of the work you do. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we understand, and we want to help you achieve the best job possible. For your next home repair or home improvement project, we'd like to help you make your life better with genuine value. From Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
There's really only one steak place that has the best steak. The most tender, most flavorful, mouth-watering steak. A place that makes the choice to serve you the best choice, because we believe there really is no other choice. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve. Premium, hand-selected, 100% natural beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve, because our choice is your best choice.
Some call it a miracle. Others call it science. But for those who've needed a kidney transplant like Kelly Krager, they simply call it a new lease on life. For nearly 5 decades, UW Health and the University of Wisconsin have been national leaders in the field of kidney transplant, providing a new life for recipients and assuring a normal life for living donors. Miracle? Science? Maybe it's a little bit of both. UW Health. Remarkable.
The Badger Sports Report with Paul Chryst is brought to you by Charter Communications, by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board, by Hyundai, by Hy-Vee, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, Quick Trip, by Adidas, Pick and Save, by Zimbrick European, and by UW Health, a cornerstone partner of Wisconsin athletics.
Time now for this week's Great Dane Great Question of the Week, and it comes from Jim down in Janesville. And this will be a topic during the course of the week, so why not start it now with the Badgers in Nebraska? Coach Chryst and Mike Riley, longtime friends, worked together a number of years. Jim wants to know, Coach, how often does something like this happen where your team is up against a team whose coach is a good friend of yours, and is it difficult?
I don't think, you know, and I think I might have learned this from Mike, is that it's not me against Mike. You know, it's our team against his team. So no, in that way it's not. I've coached against my brother before. You know, certainly got a long history with Mike, but at the end of the day, it's not about us. And so I think that it's not, in that way it helps, and you kind of remove from it a little bit, but it's not what you'd think. I think what's harder is probably what Durante went through last week when he coached against players that he coached, and the relationships that you build and form with your players. It's not to minimize the relationships I had with my brother or with Mike, but the game is about the players. And so I think probably Durante went through something tougher than what I'll be going through this week.
Yeah, Durante Jones, defensive backs coach, was at Hawaii for 3 years before coming to Madison, and yeah, he did admit it was a little bit strange because he developed very good relationships with those players. Jim, we thank you for your question. The Great Dane with 4 locations in Madison, east side of town, downtown, Fitchburg, as well as Hilldale. Of course, we have the coach's show at 6 o'clock on Thursday nights at the Great Dane Hilldale. And as you may know, and for those who don't, there is a Great Dane up in Wausau as well. Badgers on the road in Lincoln, Nebraska this Saturday at 2:30 kickoff for the Badgers and the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Join us next week as we recap that game and look forward to the next home game against Purdue. Thanks for watching.
Game night. That magical weekly gathering where lands are conquered. And you get trapped in the dungeon that is your bedroom. But you've got blazing fast spectrum internet. So Kevin and his friends have enough bandwidth to play together. And you have enough left over to find a new apartment. Get 60 megabits of dragon-slaying speed with Spectrum Internet. Where will it take you?
I came in not even planning to get a Mercedes, just hoping to get some information on some other vehicles. It ended up being the best financial decision to go with a Mercedes and go with the lease program that they offered at the time. It was a very safe car, a beautiful car. I could afford it comfortably, and I was pretty excited to get behind the wheel of a Mercedes. I had no idea how nice driving a car could be.
Find out just how affordable driving a Mercedes-Benz can be at Zimbrick European. Test drive at Rimrock Road, Madison.
At Pick and Save, you'll find a little bit of Wisconsin in every aisle. We're proud to provide hundreds of local products from all across the state, all at everyday low prices. Because as lifelong Wisconsinites, we love this great state just as much as you do. Believe you me. Pick and Save, where Wisconsin saves on groceries.